Earlier in the week, we featured Loop's video on how to determine what kind of soil you have, right? At your home or in your neighborhood, wherever you decided to do the check. But our friends at King Conservation District have provided a second method that can also help you determine what kind of soil you're working with and identify potential issues. So let's watch to find out how you can test your at-home sample, as well as submit a sample that can be analyzed by King Conservation District.
So, you want to grow vegetables in your backyard, or you're trying to grow vegetables and something just isn't going right? Or maybe your lawn isn't looking the way you'd like it to? Did you know that could have something to do with your soil? It could, and here at KCD, King Conservation District, we are here to help you. Taking a soil test can help you, 1, apply the right amount of fertilizer so your plants are not wilty. 2, prevent surface and groundwater from becoming contaminated with excessive fertilizers, so we save our salmon. And 3, ensure that all soil nutrients are in the right amounts for perfect plant growth. So let's do a soil test. Actually, let's do 2. One that you can send to KCD, find out all your nutrients in your soil, and the other one in a mason jar, where we'll get to see the different parts of soil separate right before your eyes. So what you need are a shovel, some gloves, a mason jar, or you can use a pasta jar, some quart-sized plastic bags, bucket, and some dish soap.
When collecting soil for your soil tests, it's best to collect a variety of soil samples from different areas. In this example, we are just interested in the soil in our lawn, so we will take 3 different samples from the lawn area. For a soil sample, you will need to dig between 3 and 12 inches deep, depending on the area you want to sample and the time of year. For the lawn we are sampling today, we will dig down 4 inches. If you are sampling soil from your garden or near trees and shrubs, you would want to dig a bit deeper, to 6 inches. Add your samples into a clean bucket and mix them thoroughly. Make sure you have at least 2 to 3 cups worth of dirt. Now that you've collected your dirt, let's do the mason jar soil test first. The point of the mason jar soil test is to see the composition of your soil, how much sand, clay, and silt you have. And why? The texture of your soil matters and will indicate how much water can absorb it. And the balance of these elements is important so that your plants will be able to get all the nutrients they need. To begin, fill your empty mason jar half full with soil. Add water to the shoulder of the jar, almost to the top. Add a little bit of liquid dish soap. Put the cap on and secure tightly. While you wait for the particles from your mason jar test to settle, you can get set up to mail or drop off your soil sample to KCD to be tested for nutrients. Add 2 to 3 cups of soil from the bucket we mixed earlier when collecting dirt into a Ziploc bag. Label the bag with your name and 5 letters or numbers that will help you remember where the sample came from. In this example, we'll use the letters LAWN1, Lawn 1, in order to remember where we collected our sample. If you are taking multiple samples, repeat this step. Next, you will need to fill out the soil sample information sheet. This sheet can be found on our KCD website. After that, it's easy. You can just mail your samples to the address in the corner here, but don't dilly-dally. Send those samples as soon as possible, as soil nutrient levels continue to change even after a soil sample is taken. Now let's go back and check out our mason jar results. The jar here is still settling, but our preliminary results show that sand has settled on the bottom, the middle is silt, and the top is clay. The longer you let this settle, the more defined the levels will be. You can estimate the percentages of each of the types of dirt and use this chart to help estimate your exact soil type.
With the mason jar test, now you can see the different layers of what's in your dirt. And with the KCD soil test, you send this off to KCD, and then we'll send it to A&L Labs, and we'll get your results in 2 to 3 weeks to tell you what's in your soil. 2 to 3 weeks after you submit your soil test at KCD, you'll get something like this. A rainbow of information all about your soil, letting you know about nutrients in your soil, as well as different things that you can add to it if it's not doing what you need it to do. If you need any help reading results, feel free to ask your parents, and if they need any help, feel free to call KCD. Thanks for joining us today, and feel free to visit us at kingcd.org.